Pursuing your dream can be really scary. Kind of like riding a bicycle. You will ride today, you will fall down, you'll hurt yourself, you'll cry, you might even get a wound, you might bleed a little bit, then you'll be excited, you'll reach a new milestone, then you want to come back. Like it's all like a mixture of feelings and a mixture of things. And that's what's really, really, really exciting, that you just go back to it, like try to improve yourself, try to do better and grow in it. When God gives you a gift, it's no different than, when a woman is pregnant with a baby and they hold that baby in for 9 months, they get a point where they cannot hold that baby anymore. It means they have to put it out in the world. That's the same as happens when God gives us a gift, is that if you keep it inside of you, it reaches a point where it cannot grow, it cannot expand anymore until you let it out in an environment where it can just live limitlessly. The moment you can let it out, it can be able to expand, it can be able to grow, it can be able to transform. Now, if you see me talking about embracing the gifts that God has given us, embracing the talents that God has rewarded us with, you might think that I've been living within my purpose for years and years on end. But no, I've actually also been very disobedient myself, because I have tried to run away from my purpose for a very long time. And I think I'm in that phase of my life where I can confidently say that I have fully embraced the purpose and the gift that God has given me. One particular incident I can pull out for you is, I remember one time my class had to present. I used to do this thing where you present in front of like the entire school. So you maybe like do a song or maybe you do a dance, and we practiced the entire night to do this dance. And when time came for us to go on stage, I kid you not, I waited for everyone to go up the stairs and I stayed backstage because I didn't want to be seen. I wanted to hide away from each and every one. And to look at how things have changed so much to right now, that I'm able to even just sit here and speak to you guys, to be able to speak in front of very different audiences at different moments, I can say that I have really taken time to grow. I want this video to be an encouragement for you, that dream, that thing that God has placed inside of you, He placed inside of you for a reason. So let's cut back to the very beginning, okay? How do you know that God has given you something? How do you know that God has given you a particular gift? First, there's always that thing that keeps you up at night. Like, have you ever had an idea? Have you ever had something that keeps you up at night? Like, you'll think about it. It's so scary, but at the same time, it's very exciting. Like, you just want to do it. Often, that's how our purpose, like all our gifts, that's how they come to us. They're that thing with like an equal measure of fear and excitement. But if you don't have that level of consciousness to be able to identify what that is for you, then sometimes it comes through people. They will recognize that thing that you're really good at, and they'll always come and tell you that you're really good at this thing. Like, something happens to us, like maybe when you sing, something happens when you dance. That feedback people are giving you all the time, it will always remind you of that gift, and you will be able to identify what you're really good at and the area in which God wants you to actually walk in purpose. After identifying what your dream is, like what do you do with all that information now that you know this is something that God wants you to pursue? You have to start living it out. And for most of us, when we start living out, that dream or that thing that God has called us to do, it is very scary. If you look back in the Bible, the story of Moses, God called Moses to lead the Israelites out of slavery. When he did, Moses doubted himself so much. Like, God chose him, and all he could tell God was, like, why me? Like, I'm a stammerer, I'm not good at speaking, the people might not follow me. Like, why would you want to choose me to lead the Israelites? But I think God also shows us, like, firsthand that He's not a respecter of persons, because He qualified Moses at a time when he could not qualify himself. And if you look at that thing that you really want to do, the reason why it's scary is it exposes all your fears. Your fear of being in front of people, your fear of being criticized, your fear of getting feedback, your fear of being wrong. It exposes all your fears and brings them up to the surface. But the good thing is, pursuing your dream is a process for you to also just unravel and just discover all these things about yourself, but then to also grow. Because when you discover things that scare you, then you're able to start growing through them. So just like Moses, facing your fears is going to be a process for you to just really learn yourself, understand yourself, better yourself, and grow yourself in that area that God has intentionally put for you to pursue. Another misconception I have realized is when we think that things are from God, we feel like everything is going to be a breeze and it's going to be easy. But no, it doesn't happen like that. Just like any other activity you're going to do in your life. But like I mentioned earlier, you may not know the magnitude of your dream. You may not know how big that thing God has placed in your heart is, but you can't know if it's still contained inside in an environment that is very, very, very stiff and small. Once you let it out into the world, then God will show you how He can expand it, how He can grow it, because it's in an environment where it can actually be nurtured and grown. So now let's just look into rewards. Yeah, the rewards of pursuing your dream, pursuing your purpose are very, very, very many. One thing you need to know is we were all created to be here on this earth for a particular reason. And I think what makes us feel lost most of the time is we're asking ourselves, why was I placed here? What is my reason for being here? You know, and you walking in purpose is one of the most fulfilling things you can do for yourself, because you've kind of already taken the step in the direction of knowing exactly why you're on this earth. You serve people better. You live your life more happier because you already know what you are channeling your energy towards. Yeah, so you don't have that feeling of being lost. Part of what usually gives us a lot of demotivation is we don't know who we are, we don't know what we're supposed to be doing on this earth, and that brings up a lot of like feelings. So if you find people who are quite lost, it's a lot to do with that self-discovery and self-mastery. So the more you can learn yourself, the more you can understand your purpose and fully pursue it, then the more you can actually live a more fulfilled life. I want you to leave this video feeling like you're ready. Yeah, I want you to feel ready to take on that thing that you've been sketched to, whatever thing that you've been containing and keeping and hoping that maybe I'll pursue this another time, I'll try this another time. I want you to try that thing today, because before you even put it out there, you're not going to know how big it will get. Imagine if you've been holding on to like the biggest opportunity of your life, and it's in there because you're scared of what people are going to tell you, you're scared of what your family will think, you're scared of what people online will tell you. These days online people will come for you. All those fears, trust me, they can hold you back. But if you can just close your eyes and think to yourself, if I didn't have to worry about anything, what would I do right now? Yeah, what would I try out? If I was not scared of looking stupid, if I was not scared of looking silly, what's the thing I would try? And trust me, when you do it, you'll see how it will change your life. I hope you try it out, and I hope you share this with a friend who is just going through the process of learning themselves and discovering themselves, because it will help them a lot. Thank you guys for watching until the end of the video, and leave me some feedback in the comment section, because I would like to know, how are you walking in your purpose? Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.